I don't want to wear it. All right, my thing today is on kitchen items for quilting. Okay, but not all. They're not all quilting. But we'll start with the most obvious. Apron.
Well, there's a kid.
Okay, arm pack. We'll do an apron. Okay. So here we go. All right, and then there are so many cute quilt patterns. I only brought this other one. This was really easy to do. And years ago, Terry asked me to do a presentation on rickrack, if you remember. And most of my stuff has rickrack. So here's just another apron. And you can find darling patterns online that are free. And then you can, of course, pay for them too.
That's okay, I've already got some cut out for what I'm doing. It's just
Easy, quick, kind of dresses things up in the kitchen.
makes you feel like a little
Kind of dressed up.
cute.
Okay. All right. So when I started this, I thought, okay, well, how many kitchen things are there? And I'll go with the obvious ones: placemats and pot holders. And the gal before us, it's Serena. Okay, she had the cute pot holders, and some of you got to win some of those. So I'll start with pot holders. And these are just inspiration, that's all. Go to your scrap bucket and you can come up with all kinds of fun pot holders. I'll pass these around so you can look at them. Okay, I like doing round ones because you don't have to, when I do the binding, I don't have to do any corners. Okay, so keep that in mind. I'm always looking for the easy way out. So round pot holders work. And of course, when you're doing the pot holders, then you want to use the batting that is heat resistant. And I'm going to talk about 3 different kinds of batting. And Janet has all of the battings that I'll talk about. Okay. So for the pot holders and trivets, you want heat resistant here. Okay. So here's the stack. Pass those around. Oh, I forgot. We're going to have some drawings. So I'm going to give each row, how about if you give each row, and then you put your name on it and then pass them to the center, and then we'll gather them up and put them in the basket. Okay, when Terry called me, she said, we'll talk about those microwave bowls. And I thought, microwave bowls, that sounds like, but I'm now sold on it. Okay. And I found my pattern for the microwave bowls on happysewing.com. And there are lots of them online that you can just look them up. And these are the, oh, here's another hot pad. There are a couple of styles. There's the rounded corners or the pointy corners. And I brought a bowl, and this is what my friend Shyla said. When I said, who wants to put why do you have to put a bowl in the microwave like this? It's like a hot pad. You just put it in there, and then you can lift it out without getting hot pads. And I thought, oh. So my tip is the pointy corners are easier to pick up than the rounded ones. The first ones that I did, I just went to my scrap, went to scraps and just did them out of odd things. And then I thought, okay, well now I've cut those and I've got scraps left over. And so I pieced them together. So you can really use scraps to make them. Okay. And they were quick, fun, and I find them to be rather useful. So you might want to think about that. And online, you can find them. They have different sizes depending on the square you cut out. You can make them larger or smaller. And if the soup boils over, you just throw it in the washing machine. Okay. Now the thing about these is that you have to have 100% cotton batting. And I went to the store and I got, okay, warm and natural needle cotton batting. Okay, well that would be good. And I'll use this. And then when you read the fine print on this, it has just a little bit of polyester in it. So you don't want to use that in the microwave. You have to use 100%, no scrim on it. And what I used was the Pellon Wrap and Zap Pellon. They had it at Joann's, but Janet's got 100% cotton batting back there that she says has no fillers or anything else with it. So even I checked 2 or 3 brands that said cotton batting, and the truth was it was not 100% cotton. So beware on that, because you can, besides it melting, it could start a fire in the microwave. So beware of that. And so this wrap and zap is also what you would want to use for a baked potato bag. Have you guys done these? I mean, they've been around a long time. You put baked potatoes in, or you put potatoes in here. Put them in the microwave, and they come out like they've been in the oven. After I made this the other night, I thought I better try it and see it. So, speaking from experience, they really did come out like baked potatoes. I wrapped a potato, and then I put a paper towel around it, and then I put 2 of them in here, put them in the microwave for 5 minutes, and it was great. And also, that was on happysewing.com is the pattern that I found. But it also on this website, it also gives suggestions and cooking times. Like if you want to warm up dinner rolls so they don't get rubbery, you can put them in here for 15 seconds. Tortillas, you can warm them up in here. Corn on the cob, you can cook in this. And then sweet potatoes. And so that's my little spiel on that. So kitchen stuff. And then I thought, okay, what else can I talk about as far as kitchen? And then I started looking around my house, and I am not a minimalist. I've got stuff, lots of stuff. I like my stuff. So I started looking around at my stuff. And at Christmas time, I went to put a tablecloth. We got a new dining room table. We went to put a tablecloth on there. I love tablecloths, but they slip and slide. You guys have that experience? Okay. Well, let me back up. I had a friend that years ago. She had a really sliding common, a project at her house, and they used a jigsaw, and she had it. She had it propped on her dining room table in the chair, and like this. One of the ladies right into her table. And Jessie said, it's going to live with the tablecloth on it the rest of the time. And so she always has tablecloth. Well, at Christmas time, this new table was just flipping and sliding. And I thought, oh, okay, I got to do some kind of a mat for it. I already had a mat for my smaller kitchen table. And this is what I keep on my kitchen table under my tablecloth. It's an oak table. And it's a small enough table that I just used the fabric that I gotten on sale and quilted it. And then I put elastic, and then it fits over the corners. And I decided to practice my free motion feathers on it just because I needed to practice that. And so that's what I use under the table, or under my table. So if you've ever thought about doing one years ago, I thought, well, a mattress pad. This is more interesting. Okay, so then this new table, it's too big for this mat, and I thought, well, what can I use? What can I do? And so I went out to the garage, and the old sheets that my husband used to cover up the tomato was kind of frost. I took 2 of those, brought those in, batting in, and quilted this up for my big dining room. And then I wear the corners so that it fits down over the corners. It's very useful for the tomato plant. I didn't, except for the batting, and then I escaped around the edge. So I now about this in a book, so maybe it's a new idea for you guys. So that's my original. All right, then what else goes in? Well, as long as I'm talking about tablecloths. Do any of you have old tablecloths that you don't know what to do with? Maybe some that are embroidered or old linen cloth. Yes. Okay. Do you use no? Okay. Well, I think that's why they end up in thrift shops. So this was a lynching cloth that I picked up, and I haven't done anything with it yet. But it's all embroidered. It's beautiful. I think I paid $4 for it. You know, so collect these. I'll show you a couple of ideas. What you can do with them. There's another one. Haven't done anything yet with them. And they're not perfect. Some of them have spots on it, but that's okay. Builds their history, their charm. And my friend Shyla picked this one up for me and gave it to me. And it's a big one. And it's all cross stitched. It's beautiful. But what to do with it? What to do? Okay, this is an old tablecloth. And I thought, okay, I'll make it water. And so it was very fun to do. I think this was my first quilt, if you will. And Rick Rack, but seems to be what I like to do. And then I had here's this one. It had checkerboard in the middle of it. Oh. And then I put this on the table and have the jar, a jelly jar with the buttons to play checkers. Oh.
Is that rickrack around the edge?
Yes, it's Rick Rack. It's really wide Rick Rack and then a smaller, more narrow Rick Rack.
And rickrack around.
Rick Rack, right. Okay, in the quilt shop that in Rick, she had a Rick Rack display on it. I bought it. I feel like I bought that Rick Rack. My husband said, for my Rick Rack. And they had it in barrels, and they just had. I bought. Anybody need Rick Rack? I'm a girl. Okay, so the luncheon table cloth that I showed you that I picked up for about $5. What to do with it? Okay, this was a Christmas one, and I didn't want to cut the fringe off, so I just made the background, if you will. I just pieced this with a little inner border, and then laid it out on the back, and then carefully put the quilt on top of it, so that this is a frame behind it, and then stitch it on with Rick Rack. Okay, so this is, and I've done some of these and given them away. So it's been fun to find those in thrift stores and then into some action again. Because somebody spent so much time on that. I mean, it's just a shame for it to be in a box somewhere, forgotten. I wish I knew, but you know, like I want to. I get old quilt tops that were never finished, and as I quilt them, I talk to them. I talk to them and say, you are, but I'm finishing this. I don't know how long ago, but it's going to be used, it's going to be loved. So I think, oh yeah. Okay, here's another one that's got another tablecloth. But there's something in the middle of it that I think a lot of people recognize. And I don't know, I may have brought this before too, when I did a show before. But I found this was a challenge that a group of my friends, we get together a couple of times a year, and we always have a challenge. In this particular year, it was find vintage things and incorporate them into a quilt. And we had to have at least 3 vintage things in the quilt. Okay, so anybody recognize the center of that? Okay, for you young people, you probably won't recognize it, but back in the day, in primary girls had to do counted cross stitch. And this was the pattern that my older sister had. And I always thought, oh, it was so cute. I could hardly wait to get to it. I think we were, Lars, I can't remember. Okay. And I was so interested to be able to do this counted cross stitch. And the year that I got there, they changed it. And so the sample that I did was, I have a frame, but I haven't put it into a book. But anyway, this I found in a thrift store around Bear Lake. And I got it. What am I going to do with it? And the challenge came up. Okay, I'm going to incorporate that into this. And so then I found this old luncheon cloth. So the luncheon cloth is there. And then these were the corners of the napkins. And then I found a table runner that had been counted. And so I used the vintage things that I had found. But these were the napkins from the tablecloth. Went with this. See, those things would have still been in a box somewhere. Move it. So
Let him see it on.
that was just
What did you do on the corners?
what?
What's on the corners? The embroidery?
They're counted cross.
Thank you.
Actually, it was probably a printed cross pattern off of a table. And then I cut it in to use. So this is, so it's tied to kitchen. Just remember, try to keep that thread going.
That's right.
Yeah, great. Okay, so then, what is your quilt? When I got married, my husband gave me an embroidered tablecloth, right, that he had brought home from England that one of the ladies had made to give to his son's wife. Okay, so I got this embroidered tablecloth. What am I going to do with this? I don't want to spill on it. Don't want to. And I had it in a box for years. And I don't know, some of you may know my background. My husband was in the military, and so we moved around. In fact, I'm working on a quilt, another challenge quilt that my friends and I have. It's got to be done by May, but it has to incorporate a house. So my challenge quilt, I counted up, I got with my husband, and we counted up the addresses that we have had. We've had 17. And then I broke it down into what we were living in, an apartment, a duplex, a 1-story house, or a 2-story house. And so I've done blocks, and they're all going into this quilt. And so I keep telling him, well, he's at the computer doing the family history. I said, I'm doing family history. I'm doing it in my sewing machine. So I got a quilt that will have mean, there are 5 apartment buildings, there are 2 duplexes, there are, anyway, it's gonna represent the houses and the places, not the places. The only designation as far as the uniqueness of the houses is that when we lived on a military base, I'm gonna have a flag of those houses. Other than that,
Bring it next year to show.
next year. So anyway, okay, so back to this quilt or this tablecloth that my husband gave me. And we moved around and we moved around and we moved around. And it was always in a box. And when we moved into our house that we've now been in 20 something years, I went to find that box. I couldn't. And I told him it must have just gone out with one of the moves. More than once I've lost things that in the bottom of a box with the packing paper put in it. We never saw things. And I thought that that's what happened. And somehow I came across it. So 40 some years later, I said, I've got to do something with this book, with this tablecloth. But I'll never use it as a tablecloth. So this is my tablecloth. And there you can see it was the length, what the size was of the tablecloth. And then I kind of did the same similar thing that I did on the fringe around it. And then I put this on top of it, cut away the back.
Where's the big crack?
I did lace on so anyway, right. Okay, now we'll kind of get back.
Yeah.
Did you quote have a good time lighting up the back on that?
I am the closest. I don't worry about it. They're close. Yeah. I don't worry too much. It's close, but they're not. It's not perfectly. You know, people bring things and they want it lined up in it. But on quilter, it's about impossible because you line it up at the top, but by the time you roll that back and you tighten it, you can't guarantee that it's going to be spot on. So it's just an illusion. That's what mostly that's what free motion quilting is. It's an illusion that it looks perfect. It's an illusion. So remember that. It's just okay. Go back to kitchen stuff. Okay. Delaney mentioned when I said, okay, what am I going to do? She mentioned a trainer mat. Go buy your sink. And she said a towel. I just used an old hand towel. An old dish towel. And I've had this by my sink instead of a folded up dish towel. I really liked it. I really come to like it. I've done a couple of them. And when I was in Hobby Lobby the other day, I looked up at all the Valentine stuff and they have this strainer mat to go by them. So another, you don't need a pattern and you don't need to go buy it. I just got
Something that they on the.
well, I guess you could, but I just leave it on my counter. You know, when you rinse out when you measure a cup of water and the measuring cup wet, put it on there. So I don't hang them up. It's on the counter. Then I have a couple of mud rugs that have been made that are just kind of fun. If you have
You have something in there?
no, it's just a towel and so I'll have Okay, so my bread. I know I got. Okay.
Did you put batting or anything inside of this?
Okay, how many of you use that gauze to do cups for babies and scraps? And so I put a couple layers, it looks like a diaper. But I put a couple layers to do a dishcloth. And it worked.
How did you do the edges?
I just used a zigzag. Just, I don't have surgery, but I just used a really little, really dense satin stitch on my machine. I went around it and then just did a couple of ones. But it does still look like a diaper now. But dishcloth. All right, my sister years and years ago, did a set of door hangings for my mom. She did a set for my mom, for my grandma, and for herself. And I got, I think if my sister were here, she'd go, oh, you know, really? But I there for every month. Just have a little hanger on there. So those were fun.
But it's like, that's what.
No, she just had them to hang on the door. So actually, she didn't have. She just created a pattern. So here's flowers. There's her turkey. So seasonal things. Here's her Liberty Bell. Snowman 3D.
Oh.
Summertime strawberries. Sun. Back to school. So I brought those because those were in the kitchen. I did this applique, just towel, like you always do. Appliques on dish towels, dress them up. I just hang this one on my oven. Makes me happy. Oh, all right, I know I have a stack of plates. And not that they're anything really original. Did the names get gathered up? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, probably some of you have seen this before. Back when I had a pattern company, like my #1 seller. So we got a drawing here. Somebody wants a turkey pattern. Okay, we want to draw a. Okay, here we go. All right, so here's some table runner. Question from me. Sure. Yeah, one of my cards. Okay, this is a placemat and table runner and a placemat. This pattern is called muffin tin. See muffin tin on the tin wrap. Stretch your imagination. Okay. So I've got a pattern. And that's what I brought too. Okay, the first one. Okay. You want to draw here?
Terry, oh,
Terry, I saw you over here.
She has that place. Did it.
All right. Let's find the other. Yeah, we'll go with okay. Here's another little runner.
So is that fixing?
I don't have a place now to match this, but oh, there it is. And these are fat border friendly. This is a fat border friendly pattern. So if you want a fat border, and it's in a different color. Different colors. Love the colors you always. Yeah. You just pick what you
Those are
want, make them
fat.
holiday or whatever. So we're going around here. Nadine Bolander. Okay, and then here is just another idea for Christmas, easy, 4th of July, embroidery. I really like to do embroidery. Here's another, here's just a table. This was my first experience with curved piecing. I decided I didn't like it. But I know how to do curves now and do it without a pen. I love doing it. Okay, these are just inspiration for you. Just and again, just use scraps. This was my first set of placemats. I took a class years and years and years ago on color. And we had to bring 400 4-inch squares to the class, 200 solids, and 200 prints. And then we swapped. Okay, so everybody went through it. And so I had all these 4-inch squares. I think I had enough 20 placemats. So I've been around a long time.
do you put something in?
I have sometimes this Christmas one that I just held up the Christmas tree that has flannel in it, and that works fine. But there are some that I haven't put any batting at all in. This one has no batting at all, just a muslin back. And then sometimes here's a table runner. There's no batting and there's no flannel, which makes it, sometimes when you get table runner and you put batting in it, it's tippy, or you put a candle holder on it and it gets tippy, and so I don't worry about batting, but sometimes I put batting. It just depends on what you're planning to do with it. These, I just did a bunch of these for the neighbors one year. Just down to scraps. This was just down to scraps. No pattern for this. You guys just get creative. about, oh, what can I do? And then the quilt is a little bit in there. Okay, there's very, another scrappy table runner. Here. All right, this. I decided I want to try the half inch square. I know which I will do. And then, I don't mean that was my experiment. Couple more table toppers. This is one that my friend did on Halloween. Here's another one. Have any of you heard of? Okay. Where it is. Hold on, I haven't found it for it. Sorry. That's okay. Okay. Go around. Anybody want to come? Want to draw a name?
Whoops, I got two. Colleen Wixom.
Pauline. Pauline. Oh, it's your birthday. All right. Oh, I should have. I was going to. No, I didn't write down, and I wasn't as organized as Sherry and her girls because she had a handout. Okay. One of my first, really my first job in the quilting. I'd always quilted, but my first job, I was hired as a quilt designer for Debbie Moe. Now that's a name from way back. And the first book that we worked on was centered around her line of dishes. I don't know if you knew that she had dishes. And so we did this book, and we were never to tell which projects because they all belonged to Debbie Mom, but she didn't sign it. We had a crew of four of us that were the designers. And she had to come in and put her mark on it. Don't get me wrong, she was very, very nice. But you know, she would mock it all up on a wall and oh, I think this, oh, I think a little concept work here or here, you know. So anyway, this was the book, and I was, oh, it was kind of breathtaking to be part of a book in a book, and I was got a drawing for this because I got it. And they're all, it has a lot of projects. It's got top hats, got tea cozies, it's got table runners, it's got some fun stuff that's kitchen related. We're sticking with the kitchen theme. Anybody want to draw here? Oh, whoops, I got two.
Maxine Hardy.
Maxine, okay. I don't mean to downplay Debbie Mom. She did do a lot of work and got bigger, and she needed designers and artists. She used to do all her own artwork in her quilts. She was very fun, and it was a great place to start my business experience. So, okay. Have any of you heard of PC? Oh, who's heard of it? Okay, two people over here have. All right. Well, I don't have any instructions for you except to Google Kawandi, and it's strictly scrappy quilting, and it's quilt as you go. It's WEND, Hawaii. Yeah. And it strictly, you'll have to look at it as it goes around. But you just start with the back. You start with the back and you fold in the edges. You fold in the edges and then you take, I don't know where I started on this. You take a piece and you fold it so it's going to be right on top of the folded edge. And so then you stitch along there and then you're going to put another folded piece on there. You just keep adding and adding and go all the way around. And then you go around the inside, you just keep adding. And it's quilted. I mean, you stitch half inch apart. And when you get to the center, you kind of count pieces that will cover up the raw edges of the left. It's really interesting. So look at it. It's this is inspiration for you, right? Look that way. Oh, I had a new neighbor moved in, and I went over to her house, and she had these great rugs that she had folded. And so I asked her if I could bring them. I asked her if she would come today, and I was hoping she would be able to come to talk about it a little bit because I think these are amazing. And she's done some like as big as 5 by 7, really big. But she's getting new carpet. So she couldn't be here today. But
That's how this is, you got the edge of the quilt.
is it what?
Well, when you take off the quilt off, cut off the swath, is that what that is?
No, she said she got sheets and tore up sheets.
It's not really any quilt anymore.
No, it's all done off. But I thought it was or it's all right down and you can look. No, it's not crochet. It's not crochet. The piece. And then use all that crochet. What else do I have in my kitchen? Okay. Kind of the left. Oh, I had it. There it is. Okay, I have one more rod for, and it is another muffin tins pattern. But years ago when I went to market, I had some promotional things like this is a muffin tin with all you need to a set of face masks. So my last one. Everybody, sit here. Draw.
You gotta get down to the bottom.
There you go.
Katie, Kathy, Bird.
Okay.
She just said,
Not the current stuff, but there's. All right, so the last thing I brought in my kitchen. You guys, I'm sure the grand have gotten sweet notes. Well, the brothers too have gotten sweet notes from their kids one time or another, and you think, okay, put them away and save them for. Well, during COVID, my granddaughter wrote my husband and me the sweetest note, and I thought, oh, I got to write. It says, no matter how big, she lives in Alaska. No matter how far we are, you'll always be in my heart. Love Molly, Morgan, Andrew, Kristen, Justin, Billy, and our fish. Oh. That's adorable. So I had to find buttons to go along with. Got a fish, got a dog, we got bed. Okay, so an idea, and I my kids No, I took her note, I enlarged it, and then okay, and then after I read my granddaughter called my Veterans Day. And said, Papa, there's a surprise on the porch. We were gone. And there's a surprise for you. And so she got this note. It's a note from Michaela Nelsen. She had to sign her last name. She says, Dear veteran, thank you for our P.S. It's me, Michaela Nelsen. So that's
Did you blow that up good?
I grew up, so I can order it. And then that was her little art of the my husband was in the Air Force. So, ideas for your kitchen and fun to do. So, Gary, where are you? My hat is off to you for doing this for so many years. You've done a great job.
Thank you, Susan.